This edition of the Wrestle Cast is dedicated to the memory of Harley Race. This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
What's your name, ma'am?
Stacy.
Oh, Stacy. What do you do for a living, Stacy?
I work for a Christian publishing company.
If there's one thing I can't stand.
Listen up, slap nuts.
Sit down, dummy, I'm talking.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true.
Oh, Randy!
He's fat!
You f***ing numpty!
Will you laugh at that face? Shut your mouth.
The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
Hey, hi, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wrestle Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on thebrokeninfinite.com, Podomatic.com, iTunes, and wherever else you may find this fine audio recording, and live on Twitch.tv on RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel. We talk about professional wrestling both in the mainstream and the independent scene. My name is Matty Jay. That's TWK.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm TWK of TWK Reviews, and over there's Matty Jay, who took forever and a day to go live here on Twitch.
T-Dub, we go live at 10, not 9:50 goddamn 9.
Why not? Break the rules, Matty. Be a rebel.
But if I break the rules, someone's gonna get in there. It's like, damn it, I was late and I missed a thing. You know what's happened before.
Well, it sucks to be them.
Well, forgive me if I'm punctual then.
No, if you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you're fired.
Well,
The only time you're on time is...
Spoke like a true employee of that pizza place franchise you work for that I will not mention
that's
on
every
air.
job That's every job I've ever had. What are you talking about? Every job I've ever had, it's if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you're fired.
That's true, and I'm gonna have to learn that all over again. Though I'm always punctual at my work, so I've never been that, you know. Why the hell did this turn into a job interview? My job interview's on Wednesday, not tonight. My show, my job.
Well, I hope you get that Chippendales job even trying to...
Well, I didn't know the government had a Chippendales department.
Who knows?
Yeah, for those who don't know, don't follow me on Twitter. I finally got a job interview lined up next week. But next week's gonna be awesome for me. I'm knocking wood, of course. Got a job interview on Wednesday, and then at the end of the week, SummerSlam weekend awaits. And of course, we'll have a show on Friday to celebrate the 10th anniversary of this very program you're listening to right now.
Right, meow?
Right meow. And so happy right now.
And Max Shaw says, Chippendales, you're going to be a rescue ranger? Yes, and Matty Jay is... Yes, and on top of that, Matty Jay is going to fuck an anthropomorphic rat.
Oh, god damn it, here we go. Dave! Took it too far, man. Too far.
Not far enough! So, Matty, tell these people what is on the program tonight.
I mean, besides me, David, him again. There we go. We got a show. We got a lot of catch up because I took the week off last week. I went to a party. Great time, and I know some people, maybe not on the chat, but I know they listen to either live or after the fact. Thank you very much for the love and the appreciation, and to anyone who I may have made uncomfortable, I apologize. It was tight quarters. We were glad to get the heck out of the way and move over to the patio for the rest of the evening. And good choice. Nice and chilly outside. Very nice. It was very appreciated. So yeah, a whole lot of stuff happened, and as you saw at the top of the program, we have to say goodbye to a Stone Cold legend. And not Stone Cold and Steve Austin, as in like a bona fide fuck you up kind of a legend, as in you piss him off, you will get tasered. Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I do.
And people are acting surprised I Dave T-Dub this quickly into the show. I got a button for that. Give me a second. I know it's somewhere in there.
Organization, not Matty's strong suit.
Oh no, it's just because I have to look for the button particularly. So for those wondering, well, that's a record. That probably takes longer.
You must be new here.
There you go. But beyond that, we have a ton of news where we're talking about a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of stuff, like the usual stuff. And T-Dub went to an independent wrestling event last week. We're going to talk about that in our third segment. So yes, we will be talking about independent professional wrestling several times in this program. I got to plug. I got to plug something on it a little later in in this particular pontificated insert words I don't know are words into this program because I'm trying to sound smart when I'm obviously not program. But that being said, TW, you want me to hit the button for the clip of the week? Hit it! Ladies and gentlemen, it was close. Clip of the week number 2 is obviously going to be Seg 3. We could thank T-Dub for finding. Well, I didn't have to find it, but you suggested it, and I'm like, you know what? Why not? And it would have been the Samoan Summit had there been promo talk, but what turned out would be like a half-hour fucking everybody dies, and not in the Lance Archer way, as in someone actually fucking died almost. Poor Seth Rollins. See, that's what happens when Steve Rollins. That's what happens when you mess with the fucking internet. The internet calls Brock Lesnar, and he gets pissed off that he got called in the first place. We'll get that on in a few seconds.
I had to leave my couch, you son of a bitch. Now everybody dies!
And of course, Lance Archer. Hey, that's my line. Everybody dies. We're off to a roaring start, ladies and gentlemen. So we have to resort to what happened on SmackDown this week in the cheaply redecorated King's Court. State of that throne, you sons of bitches. Gold paint. Gold would have $6, $10 for gold paint. Come on, people.
It's what Lawler deserves.
Fair point. But this is WWE worth billions and zillions of dollars thanks to the Fox money. You would think just gold paint on a throne. Gold paint on a throne. Anyway, on that particular segment, it started slow, and then Charlotte appeared in front of Trish, started doing her heel gimmick and everything else, trying to piss people off, and then the following words came out of her mouth. Take a listen.
The greatest moment of your life hasn't happened yet. Because at SummerSlam, in front of your perfect, precious children, the Queen challenges you. Nothing? Nothing? I can't hear you. No? Wow. I mean, I expected more out of the 7-time women's champion. But you know what? I know what it is. Since the WWE has evolved and we're no longer models shaking their assets, we are women changing the industry. Trailblazers like me. I expected more of a competitive fire from you. Oh, but you know, I know what it is. You don't think that you can hang with the queen. So get the hell out of my ring, hop in your minivan, and go back to changing diapers.
Look, I respect you, Charlotte Flair. I think you're a hell of an athlete. You're an incredible performer. But right now, you're just being a And let me remind you, there would be no trail for you to blaze if it wasn't for me. And Lita, and Jacqueline, and Ivory, and Beth Phoenix. And second of all, you, more than anyone, should know that to be the woman, you need to beat the woman. You want your match at SummerSlam? You've got your match at SummerSlam.
Oh, wow! Yes, please, and thank you. I'll take it.
Well, there you have it. Couple of notes. You probably heard this joke already. God damn it, Mike. Let me finish my thought. I'll read that thought in a few seconds for you audio listeners right there. Couple of notes. You might have heard this joke on Riff Down already. Charlotte, the entire promo, she puts the mic down after challenging Trish. Great fighting stance there by Charlotte. Hands down, face presented. I'm like, there's a prime opportunity that just slaps someone in the fucking face. Like, that's what this promo was missing. Not too much violence, not pull apart, just a simple slap. You ain't to beat a woman, you gotta beat a woman, bitch. SummerSlam zone. Nitpick from my end there. And again, state of that fucking throne, my God. Jesus. I look back at that thing. Anyway, Mike Shell. Hey Ross, I have a new jingle for you. Vince McMahon likes busted blonde women. Vince McMahon likes busted blonde women. Really, Mike? Really? Did you have to do it like
works.
that?
Yes, it works.
It works. Just by the way, that joke brought to you by tits. Why not? Anyway. You were there. We were both in the call for that one. What did you think of that? I mean,
I think we all knew that match was coming, and if nothing else, it's a match for Charlotte where she doesn't have to be in the women's title picture, and it'll be a good way to put her over.
This is going to be a nitpick. Do you think this was like kind of like thrown together? This felt thrown together at the last minute?
Not the last minute. This has been planned for at least for the past few weeks.
I just feel like, hey, here's a match for Charlotte. And it's like, okay, we get no build up, no. Hey, Trish, be at commentary next week and have Charlotte fuck around with you or whatever. No, just a straight up challenge and a straight up thing. Not even a slap. Anyway, we got a ton of news to catch up on. Let's take care of that business right now. Also, for those wondering, what about China? Really cool. What about China? WWE just put her in the Hall of Fame via DX, but still.
I will say it was kind of how that Trish left her out. Probably not done maliciously, but just it was still
more of
somewhat
a
interesting.
more of a written down because they're thinking all the people and they had like 2 minutes because Vince rewrote the goddamn show twice.
Yeah, because of that, the Iconics and Fair and Desire were written off the show.
The original match with featuring AJ Styles and Kofi changed so many times that it was 1-on-1, then it was like 6-man, then it was 1-on-1 with the other 4 guys ringside. What the hell was that about anyway, Vinny? But anyway.
Of course, the first big bit of news: Harley Race passed away this week. Obviously, very sad. He's a very prolific legend. Won the NWA title several times. One of the most
8
famous
times,
matches
as a
he
matter of
had was
fact.
against Rick. Yep, one of the most famous matches he had was against Ric Flair.
Yeah, a few actually were against Ric Flair. Of course, the famous match in Starrcade '84, the steel cage for the world title, or
believe that was Flair
it was
for the
the
gold.
Nature Boy Ric Flair versus the greatest wrestler on God's green earth.
And I guess now he's the greatest wrestler in the afterlife.
Very true. Very true. I want to read something real quick. And of course, a lot of people who will know Harley probably know him more for his managerial role than anything else in WCW, if at all. He was also the king, the original king of the ring.
Yep. I
Handsome
definitely
Harley
know him
Race, all that
for,
stuff.
for managing Big Van Vader.
That as well. I actually want to read something real quick. This is from Kayfabe News. That was a great... if nothing else, these are funny articles, but this is still a fitting tribute. I'm going to read it verbatim. This is from kayfabenews.com. You know the ones. Quote, Harley Race, the legendary 8-time NWA champion known as the greatest wrestler on God's green earth, broke free today from a submission hold of cancer and became the greatest wrestler in God's great beyond. The former king of the ring delivered his last finish, sadly not a dusty finish, but the real deal, after a full lifetime of entertaining fans worldwide. The Tough as Nails WWE Hall of Famer reportedly elbowed his way to the front of the line in heaven, sneered menacingly at St. Peter, kicked open the pearly gates, and immediately set out to find former rival Dusty Rhodes. Backstage sources in the Afterlight report that Race and Rhodes are already booked to perform a so-called Broadway, an eternal time limit draw, with Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan on commentary. The match is being promoted by Vince McMahon Sr. as Hellraisers Collide in Heaven, and has already reportedly sold 3.2 billion tickets, which are of course all ringside and all free.
You see, even when I die, I can't get away from Holly Wraith, baby. I try, man. Even when I pass away, I'll say, finally, I get away from Holly Wraith at least. I can have some rest, some peace, if you will. But no, after just a few years, all of a sudden this man just barged in the door. He's like, Dusty, I challenge you too much. I mean, oh no, Daddy, I'm trying to relax now.
It's weird,
baby.
trying to do a Harley Race promo because he's got a unique gravelly voice. He would never speak up. But there's a couple of promos that were highlighted a lot by WWE in particular about his promo against Thunderbolt Patterson. And of course, Harley Race's bounty on Ric Flair before the Flair for the Gold started, which obviously inspired Triple H's promo when he put the bounty on Goldberg in 2003. That was a thing. But,
What's old is new again, essentially.
Yeah. His promos are I don't want to throw away I don't want to throw around the word unique. He had a very controlled, very matter-of-fact speak. Like, it's one of those promos where you didn't have to say much because you knew he could kick your ass in the ring kind of promos. Very calm and very demeanor. Very classy, but at the same time with that look of, I don't have to smile, I don't have to scream, I know what I can do.
Almost like Jake Roberts.
In a sense, Harley was more matter of fact, and Jake was for lack of a better word, poetic in this promo.
Yeah, but the one thing that always made those two stand out is the fact that they never had to, go at the top of their lungs like everyone was in the 80s. They spoke very softly, and they lured you in.
They lured you in by simply saying the facts in their head.
Yeah. They told how they saw it, and that was just it. They didn't need to go over the top with wacky mannerisms. They had their just simple way of talking. I'm trying to find the right words for this. This happens when you don't prepare everything beforehand and you just go off the cuff. But yeah, Harley Race was just much more of like an everyday talker rather than the sort of wrestler talk, because I'm going to get you this weekend. Sort of like that.
Yeah.
Very much opposite of that. Of course, when it rains bad news, it pours down, because in between last show and this one, Wrestle Circus closed down.
Yeah, and this is one of those cases where it's sad for the company, but it's more sad for the wrestlers, because apparently the company breaks down without notice, pretty much screwing a whole lot of people out of their payday.
Yeah, because they were actually scheduled to have a show before this happened, and from what I can understand, the wrestlers were not refunded.
They were not refunded their down payments, so to speak, and that sucks straight up.
Yeah, like the wrestlers were not paid for this, and like I said, their flights were not refunded, so they were kind of SOL.
Which is sad. Thankfully, I believe there's a few other shows running in the Texas area, so that usually will help a little bit. I want to go back to Harley Race real quick. A lot of people will probably wondering what kind of story I was talking about when I was about the Harley Race story. He's got a few stories himself, but the one that was tweeted by Andrew T. Rich, quote, Harley Race would often invite wrestlers to his house for barbecues. One time, Owen Hart pulled the rib where he spiked Harley's famous chili with 3 bottles of really intense hot sauce. Harley Race responded at the following Raw by meeting Owen backstage and tasering him. The lesson here, folks, don't mess with a man's chili, especially if it's Harley Race's chili. You don't fuck with a man's chili.
But again, this is Owen Hart, who is the ultimate prankster in wrestling. Like, nobody could touch him.
You got his fucking receipt all right, though.
Yeah, I'd say both him and Davey Boy were the top pranksters back in the day. From all
with Mr. Perfect not far behind. Anyway, back to Wrestle Circus. That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving right along.
Yeah, so Wrestle Circus is done for good this time, it seems, so that sucks. And they're not the only one, as just yesterday it was announced that Defiant Wrestling, formerly What Culture Pro Wrestling, will be closing down as well.
They announced this through a tribute video of all the world champions it's picked up, and it's sad because this was obviously affected, if not in part, if not in full, by WWE's implementation of NXT UK. But you look at the list of people that WCPW introduced in its heyday. I mean, its heyday 3 years ago, but it was at the time where the Cultaholic guys were still part of What Culture, and they were popular enough to, hey, let's start our own wrestling company. And a few of the names that went through: Drew Galloway, when he was still a hot property before he started going back to NXT. Big Damo, we're big fans of him, obviously. Marty Scurll, but that was more of a visit than anything else. He was WCW champion. There's a few names in there. Martin Kirby comes to mind as well.
Yeah, I would say people like Martin Kirby, Travis Banks. I'd say also
El Ligero.
Nixon Newell. What was that?
El Ligero.
El Ligero, although he was already kind of well known in the UK scene. Nixon Newell, Viper. There's a lot of names that thanks to his
And by
company, I was now
introducing,
aware
I
of.
mean to the international loss, because obviously WCW was more intended for a worldwide distribution, thanks to its popularity.
Yeah, and the fact they always put up free matches on YouTube.
Which kind of might have been their downfall, but I'm not going to point towards anything at this point.
I would say NXT UK probably had the highest impact because, as many people point out, whenever you get this big, huge company put into this market, especially when they're signing up all the talents, this kind of thing was inevitable.
Sadly.
And continuing the sad news, after Chapter 100, Jim Smallman will be leaving Progress.
Probably towards WWE.
He said the only thing he said in the video was after Chapter 100, he's just going to become a fan.
So retiring then.
I guess so. So yeah, for those who don't know, Jim Smallman is basically the head booker of Progress since day one. He's pretty much founded the company. He everything is just within his vision.
After 100, bye-bye? That's it?
Yep.
Strange. Sad, but the word that pops to mind is like, you got a pretty big company. Why stop at 100? I mean, obviously it's a round number, but still.
Because he has other plans in life. And some good news, AEW's debut on TNT has sold out, baby!
Yeah, not only did they announce it, they announced it last week, as a matter of fact. They put the tickets on sale, and what do you know? It's sellout o'clock, bitches. Whole damn building it will be full. Capital One Arena in the Capital One. Oh God, there goes my. Never mind. I'm not going to make a joke about that. But Capital One Arena in Washington D.C. sold the f out.
And some matches announced are Sammy Guevara versus Cody. That's going to be the first match of the night.
Mm-hmm.
We're also going to see the Elite versus Chris Jericho and two mystery partners. And this debut episode will crown the first ever AEW Women's World Champion.
So they'll have to fill out some time and put some matches up to determine that. I'm assuming there's probably going to be a tournament, but obviously they just said they'll crown a champion. They don't know. We don't know how yet, but still a couple of months away, and there is All Out coming up in a couple of weeks. So,
indeed, and I would like to take this time to say to all the assholes of the internet, stop sending Brandy Rhodes death threats, you jackasses.
What?
Yeah, apparently she's been receiving quite a few death threats, which is, par for the course, I guess. But still, stop doing it.
What? What the fuck? I'm with you, folks. I'm like, okay, no. Do not kill the nice lady. Okay, the nice heel wrestler lady, but do not kill the nice lady. Besides, you kill the nice lady, you piss off Awesome Kong. Do you want to piss off Awesome Kong? But that's how you piss off Awesome Kong.
I would say also probably the entire AEW locker room and several people within
most
WWE.
of the WWE locker room, and Cody Rhodes and Dustin Runnels and
the Impact locker room and the ROH locker room and just a whole bunch of other places. Because
and by the way, that includes Bully Ray. Do you want to piss off Bully Ray? Because that's how you get killed by Bully Ray.
That's how you get taken backstage by him.
And
anyways, moving on to some good news.
Please.
They're back.
They're back?
They're back.
Who's back? Okay,
Breezango!
I was about to say, goddammit, do not go the route of the Pac-Man Jones gag. But yeah, Fandango's back.
Mama Breezango. Mama Breezango.
Really? You had to go. I started that. Anyway. Hello?
Yes, Breezango are back, and it looks
Fandango returned on NXT, and Breezango are on NXT now.
which is perfectly fine by me because they'll probably use better there than they were in WWE, at least main roster.
And for those keeping track, that was how much were they using in the main roster? Sweet F all.
They did have a decent run during their skits, but after those ran out, the company seemed to have no interest in.
Boo! That's all I'm going to say on that particular situation.
Did you say boo or booze?
Boo! I was saying booze.
And that person saying booze was Jimmy Uso as he got arrested yet another fucking time.
Oh! I got to golf clap you on that segue. That was awesome. And people are saying I should not be laughing at Jimmy Uso. You know what? I'm going to laugh at Jimmy Uso. 1 is sad, 2 is serious, 3, I'm laughing at your head because something needs to get through your head to embarrass your ass and to not get it driving drunk again.
And the one thing we have to know is the fact that just because this the third time he's gotten arrested for it may not mean that's the only time he's ever done it. Just means it's the third time he's gotten caught.
And of course, WWE, their response, quote, Jimmy Uso is responsible for his own behavior and stuff and things. Okay, that was not verbatim, but you get the idea. That was the standard. He is responsible for his own actions.
Jonathan Fatu was responsible for his own actions.
No, you got to read it more robotic. It was obviously a copy-paste gimmick.
Nevertheless, it is a really weak response, especially after they heavily featured the Usos on Raw this past week.
And again on SmackDown. You know, at the very least, they didn't put the belts on the Usos again, like the last time that this happened.
That's the only solace we can really take.
Instead, they put them on the OC.
So
no, not that mediocre but very addictive show. Because I'm not supposed to say it's bad because I have family members who do remember the show fondly. Well, it's true. I have family members who like mediocre bullshit.
Nevertheless, the OC
and the club is not mediocre bullshit.
Nevertheless, they have belts. Usos
Yes.
don't, and they should not have the belts for at least a good 8 to 9 months, at least.
Fuck that, a full fucking year.
Sounds good to me.
With the direct message from Vince or Triple H saying, either of you fuckers get drunk behind the wheel again, you're both gone.
I feel really bad for Jey Uso because he's only gotten busted once. He seems to have learned.
But Jimmy. But then again, Jay has a wife.
Well, so's Jimmy.
Someone's not doing their job. That's all I'm gonna say.
Naomi, get your man.
Any hoozle.
This past week, WWE made a huge signing in former Lucha Underground star El Hijo de Fantasma.
For those who don't know who that is, I believe that was
King Cuerno.
I know it's Cuerno, but I didn't want to say Prince. Because I was Prince Puma, King Cuerno. There we go. Been a while.
Yeah, so if they use him correctly, he could be a huge star, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Do you know who could be a huge star? Somebody who's debuting on Impact. Do you know who could be a huge star? Someone who's debuting on Impact tonight during their Unbreakable pay-per-view. He could be a huge star in the company.
Who?
He is the final Wrestle Circus Sideshow champion. That's right, your friend, my friend, everybody's friend, Gentleman Jeremy!
I'm smiling right now. I'm like, yay! Good for him.
Finally, the world will see how good this kind-hearted gentleman is. And I hope he rocks somebody to sleep.
Oh, God. That has to be a spot. That has to be a spot.
Now I wish Abyss was still in the company so that way you could do it.
Oh, my God. That would be perfect. That would be comedy gold right there. Jarvis.
Wait, I have a perfect idea. If you were to do that to Joseph Park, he tries to spin 1, 2, he wakes up as Abyss.
Oh.
And then the whole crowd, you fucked up! You fucked up!
You fucked up! That would have been perfect for like a backstage skit too. Rocking the sleep. And then out of nowhere, fuck.
James Mitchell?
Thank you. I was thinking Sinister Minister. I know I was right, but I'm fucking up with names tonight. I don't know why. Yeah, but James Mitchell says, I wouldn't have done that if I were you. Why? I'm back!
Yeah, they still have a pretty good roster for him to have fantastic.
Oh, he
with.
will fit in just fine.
And I would love to see him become X Division champion.
Yes. Indeed.
And something that it did indeed happen. There was a wrestling match that got 4 million views, but it was not WWE. No, it is a match featuring.
No. This, ladies and gentlemen, will piss off every Jim Cornette there is. Guess who went viral again? Joey Ryan.
Famous dick wrestler Joey Ryan.
Oh.
It's, of every wrestling purist everywhere.
See, for those wondering, that sound is Jim Cornette going, gritting his goddamn teeth again.
God damn it, every time he gets 1 million views, it's killing the goddamn wrestling business. God damn it. You son of a bitch.
Easy, T-Dub. You'll kill yourself trying to do Jim Cornette again.
I still have yet to watch the match myself, but it must have something interesting in it to get 4 million views so quickly. And I'd like to note, more people watch this match than anything on Raw this week. Because I only got like 2 million views.
Yeah. So guess what? For those wondering, for those being contrarian, telling me I'm being contrarian, because there was at least most people when they said Raw reunion, aka this is just there for a ratings pop, and it happened, and the ratings went up, and then this week happened, and the ratings went down. So if you're contrarian people who thought I was being contrarian, I was taking a shit on WWE unnecessarily, I got a new button for you.
Fuck you! I was right! Fuck you! I was right! Fuck you! I was right! Fuck you! I was right!
Courtesy of the monk in the monastery, by the way.
Very nice, and so I saw so many people calling. They're like, "Yeah, this is clearly just going to be just a one night only ratings bump, and the next week it's just going to go down." I don't know how there could be anybody that didn't see that coming. How could you not?
How could you not? How could you defend something like that? Especially it was WWE could have just said, "Hey, let's build up some stars," but no, it was like, "Okay, all stars all the time." Fuck. Okay, that was good. That was a feel good moment. And next week. Well, this is ironic to me. Last week was fine, but mediocre, and didn't get the pop as much because Raw 25 that same year did better in the ratings. And yet, here we are. Born to be kings. Anyway, here we are a week later. One of the best Raws, actually the best Raw all year. Especially that last fucking half hour. And people went, okay, fine. Stone Cold was there. He drank beer. That was fun. Oh, what's next? Oh. Bye then.
Yeah, people weren't really inclined to tune in because they made the rest of the roster look like schmucks during that whole night. With the exception of Bray Wyatt.
And obviously, none of it was under their control. Many of the legends were not cleared for competition because most of them were older than your mom. That was a bad joke, and I apologize. I am slapping myself in the wrist for
Yeah,
it.
you were not good at doing that type of humor. But another note is the fact that apparently Waltman and Hall did not want to bury the OC.
Yeah, they were literally. Scott Hall was on Sean Wallman's podcast, and they said, "No, we don't want to." They were literally making fun of the fact that they were putting people down when all they wanted to do was, "Hey, can we just put some people over here?" Nope.
What is with this company and making the wrong decisions? First, they have Triple H beat Sting in his first match, and now this. This is why people are tuning out. Bad guy, is it right?
Hey, yo. That's all I'm going to say there. And that last half hour, if they had the numbers that they had last week, with the show that they had this week, holy shit, a whole lot more people would be going towards that freaking sell the network, pay the $9.90. I don't know what you want to pay. I want to watch that shit. Because it starts with Rollins versus Dolph. Meh, understandably. And yet, Brock Lesnar finally decides to show up and fuck up Seth Rollins. And people is always just going to do Seth Fries, a couple F5s. No. When I say fuck up Seth Rollins, I mean fuck up Seth Rollins. Like, several suplexes, 3 F5s onto a chair in the ring, and then after the break, big schmoz, big backstage cahoots. They weave this thing together where, Rollins is on a stretcher, both Becky is, like, concerned, and Roman's trying to say, and of course they're saying, no, we gotta be. And all of a sudden, a Wild Samoa Joe appears, and then all the people start beating the shit out of each other. Samoa Joe shows up with the mic. Sorry, folks, the summit is canceled. I just want to fuck up people. And Roman Reigns beats the shit out of him. And then the Usos show up. Boo. And then the OC shows up. California. And then other people, big fuck off brawl. And then Cedric Alexander chops off the Tron.
Like you do.
I'm like, this whole thing. And then Maria's over there. First pregnant champ. I kicked my husband in the vagina. No, that was something that happened. They started with the 24/7 title. And I'm talking about more about this Raw than I've ever talked about any Raw ever in this entire year. That's how good the Raw was.
It's so tough.
Why can't we have more Raws like that?
That's because, according to reports, Paul Heyman had the most heavy involvement with this Raw than any other.
Paul, for the love of God, keep going. If you have to kick Vince in the balls to keep him from changing shit, please do.
My name is Paul Heyman, and your balls are mine. Goink.
Hot Small Man Productions presents McMahon getting hit by Heyman. Doink. Oh, God damn it, my grapefruits. No, Tito. I got this. You know I got this. You know exactly. I got this.
This contest is over. Give that man the $10,000.
This isn't America's Funniest Home Videos.
But Heyman is groin. It works on so many levels. Anyway. I'm sorry, I broke your train of thought in the news there, but I had to bring that up.
That's good stuff. Last thing I'll say is Stokely Hathaway has a new name in NXT.
Really? What's his name?
His name is now Malcolm Bivens.
T-Dub, I think you and I can agree there's a button with the new that comes with the new the name changes for the most part.
Yeah, like kind of like how ACH became Jordan Miles.
Let me hit the button again.
Yeah, basically.
And that's all I'm
At
gonna
least
say.
Mia Yim. At least Mia Yim is still Mia Yim.
Yeah.
And that's all the news I have this week.
Good. Anyway, so yeah, Raw was a thing. SmackDown was... I don't know if better is a word for it or not, but... Anyway. That being said, it is time for your emails and comments of the week. You can send that at the WrestleCast@gmail.com. And this particular show brought to you by the fine people at Smash Wrestling, who are doing a cross-promotional deal with Oriental Wrestling Entertainment in Toronto during the SummerSlam weekend. Matter of fact, let me get you the information on both. I can tell you August 7th will be, actually both are going to be at the Midtown Theater, the Midtown Event Theater of the Met at 2492 Yonge Street, Toronto, Ontario. And good buddy Nuclear Convoy, James, he'll be there. He's been plugging the hell out of it. Couple of matches of note, both August 7th and August 10th. The August 10th show will be before NXT, obviously. And a couple of matches of note. The August, let me just get the dates correct. August 7th. I'm not going to so basically the people involved, you'll have SCU, Christopher Daniels, or is going to be Independence. Strong Hearts are going to be there. One of the main matches you should be watching for... Well, I had it right here. There we go. Let's see. The tag match, the Dark Order versus Strong Hearts. So, Super Smash Bros. Versus Strong Hearts. That should have you hype, by the way. And there's another one. I'm trying to get the other card, but the information is slim pickings. But the Stars of OWE, SCU is going to be there as well. That is a SoCal Uncensored. And speaking of that, on August 10, T-Hawk takes on Daniel Garcia, and L. Lindemann will take on Brandon Cutler of AEW fame. You might have heard of him. And let's see, Sebastian Schwab will take on Shima.
I've heard of him.
Psycho Mike will take on Sky, and yes, you might have heard of the guy. Guys to appear on both shows, Rekka, Sky, Gaia Hawks, and Lindemann will be there as well. T-Hawk, obviously, Shima, obviously, and SCU? SCU! I mean, come on. They should be there. That being said, please do check them out. The ticketscene.com for more information. And they have their Facebook, OWE Toronto on Facebook. The August 7th and 10th tickets are available for both still. So if you want some good wrestling before you watch, well, in this case, the good wrestling and then the good-ish wrestling and then 5 hours of Raw and SmackDown, you got some options, is what I'm trying to say. Also, Busted Open Radio is going to be there at NXT, and I want to go. I want to go so bad. Anyway, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we got one email, and you know who it's from there, T-Dub. It's time to work the gimmick.
French.
Hello, Wrestle Cast. I was going to go for a joke about what happened with the 24/7 Championship. Rest in peace, Mike Bennett's childhood. But I heard the sad news said that Harley Race, one of the greatest NWA World Champions of all time, died at the age of 74. I admit, I never saw one match involving him, but with the impact that he made for this industry, I can only give him respect. Outside of Haku, he's one of the most feared wrestlers to never cross paths with. Hell, he's a guy that nearly broke the neck of Vince McMahon at one point. November 22nd, 1983. As a matter of fact, he actually put in there. All I could say is, rest in peace, the one true king of wrestling. Sorry, Jerry. On to this week of wrestling. Raw. Well, Mike's manhood was taken by Maria, who is the first pregnant champion with the 24/7 belt. Natalya wants Becker's in a submission match. I can take it. Shut the fuck up and take my money. That's all I'm going to say there. And Rollins, well, he got destroyed by Brock Lesnar, similar to that time Quagmire brutalized Bryan for sleeping with his dad. And the OC won the tag belts from the Usos. Other than that, I can barely remember anything from Raw. And also, it dropped after the rating dropped after the Raw reunion, which was alright for the most part. SmackDown Live. First off, there weren't the match involving the Iconics and Mandy and Deville. Why did you have them promote that last week? Second, Amber Moon taking a pinfall to Alexa Bliss, who's not even a part of the title picture right now. But the question is, who tried to kill Roman Reigns? Is it Buddy Murphy? Daniel Bryan? Aleister Black? Wait, is he facing Sami Zayn? Chef? Maggie Simpson? From the 1991 Denver Broncos?
Why was it the Mesopotamians?
Or was it Chief Running Water?
Hey, get it!
Please, don't let it be a disappointment for SummerSlam. Winners?
Hey, what?
Huh?
Turns out this whole time it was just a mojo.
Just Joe. Winners, Harley Race for everything he accomplished and the impact he left behind, for better or worse, diving headbutt anyone. Still, rest in peace and thank you for the memories. The TV debut of All Elite Wrestling on TNT, already sold out in 2 hours, cannot stop the hype train. The match between Joey Ryan and Miranda Alize, which reached 4 million views in 3 days, close to the final brawl between Joe and Reigns last Monday night. Congrats to them. The trailer for the horror movie Tables, featuring Ronda Rousey, Devon Dudley Page, and Wrestling Tables, Botchamania approved, since it's so ridiculous. Let's talk about that for a second. Did you see that?
No, because that's Ronda Rousey in it. Why the fuck would I watch that?
I did. I almost hate to say it, T-Dub. I think you might be missing out on this one.
No, I am not.
Forget the person that Ronda Rousey is. It's Ronda Rousey, Devon Dudley, and Paige fucking up tables in a horror movie. I was laughing my ass off.
Oh, good for you.
Anyway, Charlotte versus Trish out at SummerSlam. I'll take it. The rumor that King Cuerno, a.k.a. El Hijo del Fantasma. Hey, I got it. I didn't fuck up the name. Awesome. Might join WWE. Please stay on NXT if it happens. I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. If Fantasma gets in NXT, he will be go. If he gets the WWE, he's already signed. We know that, but he'll more than likely be going to NXT first. Thank God.
So at least you'll have a short stride of victory before falling off the ledge that is the main roster,
or as like a good bask in the sun and then down the meat grinder that is the main roster. Losers, the treatment of Mike Bennett on Raw first, being treated like a bitch with that line, "If you don't open the door right now, I'm going to kick you in the vagina." Creative? What's wrong with you? The end of
That's good shit.
Thank you. The end of Defiant Wrestling / What Culture Pro Wrestling. Sad to see the company closing, since it was the first place I saw wrestlers like Rampage, Big Damo, Primate, B. Priestley, Nixon Newell, Jack Kirby. It's Morton Kirby, my friend, and Joe Hendry. A local hero.
Oh yeah, also the Joe Hendry, Joseph Connors tag team entrance.
Oh,
Joe Hendry's music, play Joe Hendry's music, play Joe Hendry's music, yeah. Joseph Connors.
Still, thank you for everything in Pachiti Club for life.
You love it.
And Christian Markle, who canceled out of the Massive Sin crossover for 2019 due to his software fucking him up and personal issues. It's sad, but if personal life comes first, hope he's doing okay. That's it for this week. Hope you enjoy your weekend. Enjoy EVO 2019 if you're a part of the fighting game community. And see you next week for the 10th anniversary of the Wrestle Cast. Hype is real. See you soon. Hype indeed. Also, is that an orb? Orb! I was watching some GDQ videos, okay? So sue me. I gotta kill time. And I gotta put new stuff in the background while I...
You know how you could kill time, Matty Jay? Matty Jay, you know how you could kill time?
How?
Do you know how?
How?
Watch all my videos in a row. That'll kill time.
Dude, I did that on Monday.
Oh. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm so lonely. Like, I appreciate the rest of the vacation, but I'm like, I want to work. I'm going to go to work. Hopefully, which hopefully gets to be solved, preferably after SummerSlam. Well, probably more than likely after SummerSlam weekend, which would be awesome for timing, but we'll see. That being said, I believe it's time I say it's those are your emails and comments of the week. You can send them at thewrestlecast@gmail.com. We shall return with TWK's review of his journey to Vanguard Championship Wrestling. We shall return.
And now a word from our sponsors.
The road to being a legend is a path of pain, of power and strength, of courage and determination, of desire and destiny. Legends of Wrestling 2. Rated T for Teen from Acclaim.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
It's VR Troopers! VR Troopers! Brian Steele, Caitlin Starr, J.B. Reese team up to battle the treacherous Darkheart. He attacks in the Skyborg jet, firing a mega missile.
Oh, brutal.
But he's no match for the Troopers. Armored up, they soar in on a VR turbo cycle.
Totally virtual.
Team up with the Troopers, Savon's VR Troopers, each sold separately.
This is WMOB Mobile, 12 on your channel dial and 12 in the TV ratings.
Son of a bitch! We got Yano. It's like getting robbed by a sweet old lady on a motorized cart. I didn't even see it coming, man! There's one of two ways we can handle this shooter. We can find Yano, and beat the ever-loving shit out of him, but that won't solve anything. What we must do, find Yano, earn his trust, and learn his ways. And then one day, exact revenge on him. You don't know who you're dealing with, motherfucker. I'll show up at your house in the middle of the night in a strangely comedic vehicle that I've inexplicably acquired. Just when you least least expect it, I'll pop out of a giant fucking birthday cake. We will become true masters of buffoonery. We'll worry about that later. Bruised, broken, beat down, but we still got a lot of wrestling left. Let's go ice my balls.
And we're back here on the Wrestle Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on thebrokeninfinite.com, bottommag.com, iTunes, podcasting places, live on twitch.tv/RVT Entertainment. I can sense the heat from TWK right now.
What heat?
Well, that's the theme song to the OC. Everyone was making the goddamn meme last week about the original club with the OC in California.
I have never watched the OC.
Good. You other than a chick in a wonderfully accurate Wonder Woman costume, you didn't miss much.
Well, alrighty then.
The one episode I watched was like a Christmas episode. I think her name, was like the actress Rachel Bilson, if I remember correctly. She actually was dressed as Wonder Woman for one of the characters' Christmas gifts. Long story short, you're not missing much.
All right, so Vanguard Championship Wrestling's
let's talk about that.
Lottery took place this past Saturday at the Norfolk Masonic Temple on Grammy Street in Norfolk, Virginia.
How was it, TWK?
It was overall a pretty good show. We kicked things off with Irving Legend for taking on Phil Brown for the United States Liberty Championship. Match was just a good old walk and brawl around the ringside for the most part. Did some cool spots in the ring, including Legend jumping off the top rope but getting hit with a super kick, Shawn Benjamin, Shawn Michaels style.
Nice. Tell me, you got a good view from where you're sitting. Was that a good angle seeing that super kick?
I'd say it was pretty good. And as you know, this is a last man standing match. So after another super kick, Phil Brown picks up the victory after about 10 minutes into the match. And this is where things kind of get weird because Phil Brown is just kneeling on the ground, looking at Legend, and he's just saying something to him, and it's taking so long for it to say because by the time he's done, he gets up into the entrance ramp, his theme song's already over. So it was like good 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm wondering, like, did something go wrong? Was Legend supposed to get up? Was that not supposed to get finished? I don't know. And so when I saw them upload the video onto YouTube, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna click on this video. I'm gonna see if they picked up on what he said. However, after Phil Brown won the match, overdubbed music. Like painfully overdubbed. Yeah. After Phil Brown picks up the victory, I guess maybe they got hit with a copyright claim or something.
Okay.
So when Phil Brown picks up the victory, it just cuts to this really loud overdubbed music. So I couldn't hear nothing. So I don't know what's going on.
Huh.
Next, Ken Dixon challenging for the Commonwealth Heritage Championship, aka the state title, and the champion is the unwanted son, Colby Corino.
Good for him.
And he plays one hell of a babyface here. Early on in the match, Ken Dixon tries to walk away. He gets on the mic, and he tries to talk some trash to Corino. And then they have themselves a nice match going back and forth, hitting big move after big move on each other until the match goes to a 15-minute time limit draw. However, Corino, not happy with this result, grabs the microphone. He asks for 5 more minutes, and then George Pontas, the commissioner, comes out and he's like, "You want 5 minutes? Do you fans want 5 more minutes? Yeah! Then 5 more minutes you will get." And so they have a nice match for about 1 minute. Then Ken Dixon walks away for a count-out loss.
Heel, that's a heel thing.
Yep. And then it was announced that Colby will be defending the Commonwealth Heritage title in their next show in a rematch in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Ooh, yeah.
And then we get the Tag Team Championships as the Hellcats defend against the Golden Pinky Society. Golden Pinky Society, the babyface tag team, Hellcats the heels. And as heels do, they attack the Pinky Society before the match even begins. And this is a street fight, so anything goes. So I guess that was all legal. Match comes to a close as the Golden Pinky Society are going to double team maneuver onto one of the Hellcats through a chair, but the other member came and stopped that. DDT, the bigger man of the Golden Pinky Society, Benjamin Banks, who's a big old hefty dude, straight onto the chair. 1, 2, 3. I think the match went like 7-8 minutes, so it's kind of disappointed it didn't go longer. At least that's how long it felt. I did not have a timer on me. Nevertheless, Banks did a great job selling it like death, because even after the Hellcats went onto the stage and left, he had to get picked up by his tag team partner, local veteran Diamond Victor Griff, and he had to be helped essentially out of the venue with him. And then we went to an intermission, where I'm now going to take a sip because my mouth is getting dry.
Good idea. Let's give TWK a little bit of time to rest his voice, drink a little bit of I'm assuming water. Or Dr. Perky. It's usually Dr. Perky.
Mountain Dew, actually.
Ah, okay.
Then we got our talk show segments. Luli's Lounge with local comedian Tim Luli's, where you guys might know him best for getting the shit talked out of him by Scott Steiner.
I remember that video. Folks, 2 things you will learn about this show tonight. Don't fuck with Harley Racist Chili. And you do not out-promo Scott Steiner.
So yeah, Lulius comes out and he wants the fans to apologize for booing him, and he of course is in denial for being fat, despite his very large size. And Matty, you're a large gentleman yourself, are you not?
I am a large gentleman, yes.
So I think you would have to say to Mr. Lulius, accept your fatness.
Or at the very least, try to lose weight for your health, of course.
That would also be nice. But of course he says, you know what? I'll give you a nice little 3 countdown, so that way you all can apologize at once. 3, 2, 1, burn!
I was saying boons.
And then of course he eventually brings out his guest, the heavyweight champion, Gino. And then he says, hey Gino, over at the stage, I got a gift for you. Look, there's a present, open it. And Gino goes up to the stage, and he's like, wait a minute. You want me to try to open this so that way my opponent tonight can jump me from behind? That's it, isn't it? And then Louis, of course, is like, me? Try to arrange an ambush? No. How dare you? So Gino brings the present to the ring, tries to open it, and then out comes his opponent for tonight, Damian Wayne, try to jump him, but unsuccessful in that endeavor.
Aww.
Gino gets the better of him, and then he just stomps the shit out of the present, and it's revealed that what was in the box? Nothing! And then we go to our semi-main events, the Liberty Lottery Battle Royal. Battle Royal, and best known around here for the fact that the fans pick out the names from a container. They hand the ball with the name in it to the ring announcer, and then he reads off the name. Now, very interesting about this edition of the Battle Royal is the fact that they had a countdown clock right at the stage. So every time the 90 seconds counted down, it was a shoot, at least in that sense. There's no fudging that time, at least. It was all 90 seconds every time. Now, the way it started was Jerry Stefanitsis, manager for quite a few people in the area, came out, and he's like, you know what? I've been around a while. I'm a fan, just like all of you. So that means I should have the privilege to pick out the first name. He picked it out, and it turned out to be former heavyweight champion Brandon Scott, who you guys may have seen on Raw and 205 Live as a jobber, but a good jobber he is. And for the first, I'd say 3 or 4 people, he just has a nice little match with them and eventually just tosses them out. That is, of course, until someone else comes in and gets the upset and tosses himself out, which got a pretty nice reaction. However, during the latter half, the heel faction known as the Sanctuary slowly gained numbers and started tossing people out. And when I say faction, I'm talking about 5 or 6 people. So yeah, they were definitely ganging up on people until it was just down to them and a tag team known as Simply Safe-ish, which consists of West Danger Rogers, who's a guy with, let's see, the best way I can describe his appearance. Matt, you know what Danny Sexbang looks like, right?
Yeah.
Imagine that, but more muscular, wearing Evel Knievel pants and safety goggles. And his tag team partner, a guy by the name of Livid the Clown. So essentially, think of a guy wearing a clown wrestling mask and a full Evel Knievel attire, even with a tiny cape.
Huh. Okay then.
Yeah, the whole game. Yeah, the tag team name as Simply Safe-ish basically means they try to be safe as possible. And their entrance theme, a rock remix of Safety Dance.
Nice. Well, you know what? They can dance if they want to. They can leave those friends behind.
And of course, Simply Safe-ish slowly picks off the numbers of the Sanctuary one by one until it is just down to Timmy Danger, the leader of the Sanctuary, and Livid the Clown. Now, during this whole brawl, the Sanctuary have Wes Rogers tied up to a ring post on the outside to force him to watch Livid the Clown be decimated. But right when all hope is lost,
Hacksaw! Okay.
And to my surprise, gigantic pop. These people were all of the here for Hacksaw.
Okay.
That kind of surprised me. I was like, whoa, okay, these people really love Hacksaw. Damn. And so he chases them off.
Entrance?
No, he was just there to even the odds.
Okay.
He just chased away all the bad guys, so that way it was an even one-on-one contest. And in the end, Livid the Clown got the victory to a huge jubilation from the crowd. Like, these people absolutely loved Livid. And because he won the Liberty Lottery Battle Royal, he was allowed to get a championship match of any championship of his choosing. And he decided the tag team titles.
All right.
And after this, we went to our main event of the evening. Damian Wayne, a.k.a. the Mid-Atlantic Badass, a.k.a. the local legend, challenging El Fino, Divino, Gino, El Campeon for the VCW Heavyweight Championship. This match was one hell of a contest. They went back and forth, even trading finishers at one point, but the match came to an end with Gino not only hitting his finisher of Eat Defeat / Soul Food, whatever you want to call it. You know what move I'm talking about, right, Matty?
Next case? No.
Oh, you know Gail Kim / Chuck Taylor's finisher?
Yeah.
Where they grab their person's arm, do a twist, and then slam their face down onto their foot?
Yeah.
That's Gino's usual finisher, but he followed that up by also hitting Damian Wayne's finisher, which is a pile driver. And he actually got the win using that. Like, how many times have you ever seen someone get the win by using their own opponent's finisher?
Damn.
And then
that
after
is
the match,
very rare.
And then after the match, Damian Wayne looked like he was going to steal the belt away from Gino, but he said, you know what? You guys got yourselves one hell of a champion. So, very nice for Damian Wayne to put Gino over like that. And also, speaking of putting over, the morning of, Bobber33 tagged me in a post on Facebook from Bruce Pritchard's Something to Wrestle podcast, where Bruce Pritchard said that if he could sign just one person to a WWE contract right now, it would be Gino.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is a lot of praise to come within 24 hours, and this was one hell of a match. The only downside is, for some fucking reason, the crowd was mostly silent for Gino, and I just don't fucking get it. Like, I was there yelling, trying my best.
Was it a good match?
It was a really good match. These guys, they had a nice brawl around the ring. They had some really nice curse moves. You can tell there was chemistry between them. I just don't know what was up with so many crowd members not buying into Gino. I don't get it. I don't get it. He's so fucking good.
You know, I had a similar experience at C4 last time, and it was one of those, like, people who usually normally get a good pop at C4 and were set up to get a big pop at C4 and they didn't get a good pop at C4.
Yeah, it's always whenever you see that happen, it's like, because like Gino and Damian, they were doing absolutely nothing wrong. It wasn't like there was just a whole bunch of wrestles in this match. Nothing like that at all. They were just constantly back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This is the type of match of wrestling that I love seeing. So I was all here for it. And of course, I was there cheering on Gino because he's one of my boys now at this moment for the past couple of years.
That makes sense.
He's earned that spot. Of course, he's kind of too good to be a boy stable boy. You know what I'm saying?
No, not an OSW boy, but one of your boys.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
One of your favorite wrestlers, if you will.
Yeah, I currently watch right now, and he had a different entrance theme tonight than what I'm used to hearing, because he usually uses a song called, what is it? Gypsy Flame.
Okay.
But he wasn't using that song tonight, but it was still a pretty good song, nevertheless. Good choice. I'm going to have to find it. I want to hear it. But overall, this was a pretty good show. I'm not sure if I'll say it's better than last year's, but it was still pretty good to watch. And I highly recommend you guys look it up once it's up on their network, Vanguard Championship Wrestling.pivotshare.com, Vanguard Championship Wrestling.pivotshare.com, hashtag not an ad.
Hey, or what are you doing? You're supporting independent wrestling. It's not an ad. It's working the gimmick.
And by the way, they also announced during the show that Jerry Lawler, who was supposed to make an appearance at their next show, had to pull out due to schedule conflicts. However, they wouldn't make this announcement without a backup plan. Matty, ask me what their backup plan is.
What is their backup plan, TWK?
The VCW debut of Detroit's own The War Machine, Rhino!
Oh, sweet.
And not only that, but after the show was over, on the Facebook page, they announced Rhino's first match, challenging for the heavyweight title against Gino.
Rhino versus Gino. T-Dub, does that have you? Do they have your money for that?
Unfortunately not, because it's in a town that's just a bit too far away.
Ah, dang.
I might go, if they have a... They usually hold another Norfolk show in December, so I might go to that. We'll see.
Hopefully you get to go.
So yeah, overall, fun times were had by all. And another note, the person currently operating the music did a pretty good job this night.
Good for him.
Also, I hope that my rambling made sense and was able to convey the quality of this show, because I do feel like I was a bit rambling.
Hey, it's your shit. It's your review.
Also, I'm pretty sure you guys, speaking of me yelling, Die Hard, I'm pretty sure whenever the video is done and the show is up on the internet somewhere, you'll be able to hear my voice at least one point during the show, because I do try and make a point to be allowed, at least during some instances.
It's passion, folks. You don't fake that shit.
Nope. And I do have a very distinct voice when I'm yelling! Like when Jerry Stefanitsis was in the ring saying that he was just a fan, I yelled as loud as I could, "Then get out of the ring!" Because, fans don't belong in the ring.
Very true. That being said, you want to do some winners from losers? You want to do the thing we do at the end of the show?
Winners and losers, let's do it! Starting with losers, my loser this week is none other than WWE for taking away our Fire and Desire vs. Iconics match. How dare you?
Yeah. Well, we got two losers. One, New Japan Pro Wrestling, not for the G1. We'll get to that in a few seconds for obvious reasons. You know of Kim Justice, correct?
Oh, they didn't.
The Mitsuharu Misawa video is still up. You should watch it because it is a very good one, but the Brock Lesnar one got taken down.
Fuck's sakes.
I was like, okay, Mitsuharu Misawa. I was like watching that. I was like, okay, cool. I was setting up for the show, and I was already set up. So I'm like, I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos. I want to watch that Kim Justice video on New Japan's Inokiism video again.
Yeah, she was.
And
she
it
did such a good job with
disappeared.
that.
I'm like, what the fuck happened? I find the Twitter and I click on the Twitter link. New Japan Pro Wrestling has removed it. And Die Hard, it is not WWE. It says on the disclaimer or on the thing on the announcement, due to a copyright claim by New Japan Pro Wrestling.
So it wasn't TV.
It was not
TVSI.
TVSI. It was directly New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Fuck's sakes, man! Like, I always get so annoyed. Like, ROH does this a lot too. Like, that's why you never see any botches from ROH on Botchamania, because they kept on taking down his videos.
That's bullshit.
It is, and like Kim Justice's video, her videos fall under fair use.
And they're good.
Yes, they're so damn good.
If nothing else, watch the Mitsuharu Misawa video. It's long, but it is detailed and it is good.
Oh, hell yeah.
You should watch it. You should watch it after the show tonight, actually.
I saw this.
And the other loser, I don't want to harp on it. It's one of those that YouTube sucks. Whatever, Something we cannot control. But the one thing I can control is the other loser, or at the very least, the addition of the loser. The absolute worst evil fucking prick on this fucking planet ever. The worst of the worst. The root of all evil. The forklift that tried to kill Roman Reigns.
You're going to play the clip, aren't you?
No, I'm not going to play that clip. It's actually not the stinger this week. No. I'm calling kayfabe bullshit on this. And this, actually, the real loser is WWE. They have this wonderful last segment on SmackDown where Roman is about to announce his opponent for Summer, or at least his challenge for his opponent for SummerSlam. And a great falls on him. Now, obviously, he's fine. He actually, ducked, and there was the bunch of crates and stuff blocked the rest of the fall from crushing Roman. And instead of playing up the mystery and everything else, WWE announces on Twitter, turns out it was a forklift malfunction. Bullshit.
So instead of letting the mystery linger for a week,
instead of saying who killed Roman, who tried to murder Roman Reigns, they're saying, oh, it's a forklift malfunction, nothing more. Then what the fuck was the last 2 minutes of the fucking show then?
You think that was setting up for a SummerSlam match or something?
You would think. Just let it lie. Just say Roman is fine. He's been medically cleared. He's fine, and then build up the story for next week. You fucking idiots!
You mean actually try to get people invested
into a Roman Reigns match? You had it, and then you fucking fucked it up. You fucking idiots!
Is it wintertime?
I want to harp on this. Fuck you, you fucking fuckers. Just fuck. Alright, and you know what? I'm at this.
You fucking numpty!
Now we can go to winners.
Yano Toru!
Of course. Why am I not surprised?
I've been waiting over a month for this match, and it
delivered. And it delivered. Oh my god.
What's hilarious was going on Twitter afterwards and seeing, and you're able to decipher who's been watching New Japan for the past several years and who's been watching New Japan for the first time this year.
And calling bullshit on Yano beating Moxley. That's part of the fun. Oh.
Yeah, the diehards of New Japan were like, haha, funny finish. But all the new people were like, Moxley lost by counter? What is this bullshit?
And T-Dub and I are going, Moxley said it best. He got Yano'd.
Yeah, he did. Because,
he got Yano. There's no better way to put it. He got Yano'd.
And just his expression afterwards, where he just got in the ring and just had that dead look in his eyes, like, what is even happening?
He got that. I saw that meme where Yano's like in the background. It's like beautiful, man.
Just not take away from the other matches that happened, but that was just the one I've been waiting for over a month, and it delivered on everything I could have ever wanted from it. Now, something that also delivered because of this, Jay White's still in the running to win.
Oh, you're happy at least.
Yeah,
Rocky Romero Rocky Romero pissed off. Oh well.
I just don't understand why he got so angry when Jay White hugged him. Come on, he's just trying to show you some brotherly love.
Betrayal.
By the way, one thing that I love about social media is the fact that Lance Archer's been trying to get a steel cage match against Rocky Romero. And last week I egged that on by saying, because when Lance Archer was promoting their East Coast tour in the United States, I was like, is that where we're gonna fight Rocky Romero in a steel cage death match? And he's like, that's my plan. And then Rocky's like, no.
Well, if you can't get the steel cage in New Japan, at least get Rocky Romero versus Lance Archer 1-on-1.
Yeah, that Lance
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah, Lance Archer for the past 3 months has been constantly challenging Rocky Romero to a steel cage match, going up to him on commentary like, "You want a steel cage match? Come on, let's do it. Let's do it." And I'm just trying to egg them on, maybe show fan interest so that way they can do it. I'm pretty sure if that happens, if I'm the cause of that, Rocky Romero will be my new best friend, right?
Well, I'll be in the Razor Fist fuck you I was right gimmick again for you. Because you called it.
I would love to see that. And Dartmoor as brave and says, do we have a casket for Mr. Rocky Romero? Oh, come on, you guys. You do not give Rocky Romero enough credit.
Rocky's good. He'll be fine. I mean, he might lose. He might get the shit crapped out of him, but he's not going to die.
Too much.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
It's my Coke.
That timing.
It's my Coke. I want
actually, you can keep the Coke. Woo! Can of Coke for you. No, that timing on podcast on my end was perfect. Any more winners? Or I got a few. I got to list off here, obviously.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, Mox versus Yano is obvious winner this week. That what you just said, it delivered. I was sitting down. I had my little laptop and I was watching a thing. And I woke and I startled the dog at how hard I was laughing at that finish. G1 Climax in general, it keeps kicking ass. Especially Ishii versus Goto. Raw for actually having a good one this week. Jesus Christ. Especially that last half hour. And one, of course, for Harley Race. Pour one out for the big for the legend, and WCPW and Defiant Wrestling. Though you are no more, your legacy is the discovery to many international fans of guys like Big Damo, who I'm happy that they're utilizing him properly in NXT. Thank you, and all of that good stuff. You're about to finish your Let's Play of Mystical Ninja, aren't you?
That has been done.
Okay.
Yeah, my most recent video was my review of King of Colosseum 2. That came out earlier this week, and it's been people have been watching it, and they seem to like it. Got quite a few comments on it, so everyone who's commented on that video, thank you very much. Currently working on my next review, WWF Attitude for the PlayStation 1, and after that, who knows?
You poor bastard.
I have thoughts.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. I am sure you do. Let's put it this way. Long story short, the WWF attitude is not any of the THQ hockey games. Like, at all. No. Enrico, Triple H, I'm gonna call you up, Wrestler Vader. No. So yeah, if you want to follow, to watch his his particular video under production currently a little bit earlier than anyone else on YouTube, you can do so. Patreon.com/TWK Reviews. A little bit of money towards his way helps him a lot, folks. Of course, I got my tip jar. PayPal.me/Matty Jay 316. Of course, we have t-shirts available at Streamlabs.com/RVT Entertainment/merch. We have a special going on, limited edition thing where we have tote bags. And if you buy a tote bag with the Ranger Recap logo, you could show your support for the show and actually have something to bring along for your geeky goodness and your groceries and all that good stuff. And as always, as we like to say around here, buy the shirt and all that good stuff. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at MattyJ316 and, of course, TWK at TWK Official. I'm also on Instagram at MattyJ316, the same old thing. Of course, emails, once again, thewrestlecast@gmail.com. But that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, the music launched as soon as I said that. That is awesome. I need to get that set up quicker. Anyway. Thank you very much for tuning in and saying hi to us on behalf of Michael Buddy TWK.
Until next time, this TWK Review is starting to work your gimmick!
My name is Matty J, reminding you to help professional wrestling support independent promotion as soon as possible. Next week, I will be live. My train leaves the Saturday of. I will be leaving early to get to the hotel. Maybe a quick shower, and then NXT TakeOver. And if I can fit it in, I might go to Smash Wrestling's cross with OWE, but I'm not guaranteeing anything because I, A, don't have the money to waste, and B, I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to make it. But I will try. God damn it, I will try. But the Wrestle Cast will be live Friday because, well, I got to kill time. I'll be hype and all that stuff. But until then, have a good one, have a safe one. We'll talk to you next week for the 10th anniversary special of the Wrestle Cast. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Respect for calling me out, but ain't no way I'm getting bested. Y'all look just like your mugshots. How was it getting arrested?
2 days later.